Hi, welcome to Masala with a Twist. This is our first cooking podcast, so I am so excited that all of you have joined in. If you are watching on YouTube, then you can also see the link below for our podcast on pretty much all of the places that you would listen to a podcast, and vice versa. If you're watching on, say, Spotify, you'll be able to see the link for our YouTube channel as well. I decided I wanted to create a cooking channel so that it can help new people in the kitchen, as well as people that have been doing tons of cooking in their entire lives. But that way we can all kind of connect and learn a little bit more about each other. Love my cooking outside, so you're going to know that it's kind of windy today by the creaking of the umbrella. But I do have a fantastic outdoor kitchen that we built, so I do love to do all of my cooking out here. I also want this to be for my daughter, who is 10, so that later on she can go through and learn how to do some of this simple cooking, as well as some of the more intricate kind of cooking. So I will list all of the ingredients below, and then hopefully get you to try some of this stuff as well. Today I am doing a one-pot chickpea curry, and it's very, very simple. It's pretty much basic items that you would have in your pantry, and you don't have to do anything crazy special cooking a long time. You literally will throw it in the pot and you can walk away, just keep it on simmer. So let's get started. Ingredients you're going to need and items: saucepan with a lid, something to stir the ingredients, the spices that are listed below, olive oil, coconut milk, vegetable stock, chickpeas, diced tomatoes and onions, and then also chopped garlic and greens, whatever it is that you want to use. First, add oil and onion. I'm going to give the onions a quick stir to get covered in the oil, and we will continue to cook those through until they're kind of crispy on the ends and a lot more translucent. I'm going to cook the onion a little bit longer. It's starting to get that nice brown edges on all of the pieces. So probably about 2 more minutes, and then we'll move on. Well, the onion is now browned, so we're going to go ahead and add in the minced chopped garlic and then the chopped tomatoes. Now, as you can see, we have the tomatoes and garlic in there, and I used a variety of cherry tomatoes that I had that was a medley, so just different ones. You can obviously also use just plain red tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, garden tomatoes, whatever you want to use. Just chop it up so that they're on like halves or quarters, smaller pieces. We're going to stir that through for about a minute, and then we're going to add the spices. You're going to want to have some curry powder, also have some salt, turmeric, garam masala, and we're going to put a little bit of those in there. Again, the ingredients will be listed in the bottom, and then that way you can go through. I eyeball it, but I know exactly how much I'm putting in. Until the tomatoes are softened and like blistery. They're still a little firm, so just put them in and let them soften up. Okay, the tomatoes are blistering and ready for us to add the chickpeas to just quickly coat. So we're going to add the chickpeas in. Added the chickpeas, we're just letting it heat through, and then we're going to be adding the coconut milk and the stock. All right, so we can turn that down, and we're going to grab those. All right, so we're going to add in some of the curry powder. Of course, the wind wants to pick up now, as well as some salts. We're going to do the turmeric, which is going to give it that nice yellow look. Some garam masala. You can buy any of this on the shelf. Most of this I did whole spices myself. And we're going to go ahead and give this a quick stir. You're just going to want to cook down the tomatoes till they're like blistery and squishy looking. You don't want them to be firm. You want them to be kind of cooked through. We're going to add the stock and give it a quick stir. And then we're going to go ahead and add in the coconut milk. So you're going to add that in and stir it through. So let this nicely coat evenly through everything. And then we're going to medium heat, I would say, let it go until it comes to a boil. We have the boiling happening here, the rolling boil. It's all happy and excited. So I'm going to turn it down to a medium low. Pretty much you could do low. And I'm going to add my greens. So we will add some of the greens in. I do a little at a time so that I can stir it through and then add in what I prefer. You can do a little, you can do a lot. You can pretty much skip the greens if you want. It's entirely up to you. It's a nice one-pot chickpea curry. And what I have are the Costco power greens that I'm using. We tend to use them in everything we make with greens, and it works out really well. And the kids like them, so that's a plus. But you're just going to cook this through. It's basically done. You can serve over rice, quinoa, noodles, whatever it is you want to do, or don't serve it over anything. You will want to balance your spices. Just taste it, because you can do that. Otherwise, just take a little taste test of it. Check to see if you want more of something or less. If it's not enough, then add curry powder first. If it's too much, maybe add a little bit of salt, and you can do a little bit of water to kind of dilute it as well. I tried mine. It was perfect, so we should be good to go when dinner comes. And I'll serve mine over basmati rice. So there you have it, a one-pot chickpea curry. I'm so glad you tuned in, and I will see you next week.